Hi, my name's Dave. This is my first attempt at a video, and what I'm doing here is I have a bucket of evaporust here that the basement shop guy had put me on to one of his videos. I really enjoyed his projects down there, his restorations and all that. What I have in here is a taper drill. This is Shadow. This is my rescue dog, and she is my Shadow. Anyway, I have in here a drill bit, taper shank drill bit that was very rusty. I don't know if you can see this. Oh, let me get it a little closer. See if we can't get it to focus on this. It is now very black looking, and I see very little, if any, rust. Of course, now we got to try and get rid of this black. That's the one thing about evaporust. You're going to get dirty. I guess that's why they always wear gloves when they're working with this. Look at that. Look at that mess. On the other hand, look at this bit. There isn't a speck of rust left on it. Now, I sharpened this the other day, and I did it before I put it in the evaporust. I'm assuming that the evaporust does nothing to the oh no, that's still very sharp. But there you go. That's quite a difference from what I threw in there. And I don't know if you know much about evaporust, but you can use it over and over again. The 3-gallon bucket comes with a lift basket. So that at least you don't have to go down in there and yeah, put your face in the camera, Dave. You don't have to go down in there and pull out all the junk that's being de-rusted. I'm really pleased with the outcome of this bit. I've already checked it, and it cuts very well. I'll take you over and show you the grinding machine that I used. I first learned about it from A-Bomb 79, Adam Booth. So let me bring you back when I'm set up on that. Okay, we're back now with the Lyle 91000. This is the one that Adam Booth showed on his channel, and I was fortunate enough to find one on Craigslist. Now, the heart of the machine is really this piece right here, in which you place your drill bit in here. You adjust this for the size of the drill that you're cutting, and this up here helps you locate the drill bit when you rotate it. This little magnet piece here, I don't know if you can see that very well. It's I think it's 1/8 on one side and 3/16 on the other, and you use that on the top of the tool holder, the bit holder, in order to determine where the bit location is. Hold on, I got a phone call. Okay, I guess that's going to be my first practice at editing a video. At any rate, once you have your drill bit in there, hold on, I'll grab a bit. Here we go. You take your drill bit, lay it up in here, bring this to the bottom, this cutting edge to the bottom of your magnetic guide there, Okay, bring this up to support the bit. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that. I gotta look into that. It doesn't want to fit underneath the drill bit. I don't know if it's bent or whatever. Anyway, that's to support it. And then this piece here is used to keep a constant height on your drill bit. Okay. This is set to 118 degrees, which is what I want my drill bits sharpened at. This goes in here, and you raise and lower this once you come in contact with the wheel. You turn this dial here, okay, I don't know, let me see. You turn this bottom dial here to bring you in contact with the wheel. And while you're doing that, this knob over here stays loose. That allows this cylinder to ride in and out. Once you get in to where you're completely sharpening the edge of the bit, you tighten this one here, back this out. The cylinder now stays in place, and your depth adjustment backs the drill bit out. That way you can take this, spin the drill bit around, go back in for side number 2, okay, screw the depth adjuster in until it hits the barrel, and all things being equal, both sides of the drill bit are sharpened to the same length. A little tricky to do, a little tricky to set up. Oh, look at my pouches in there. It's a little tricky to set up. Okay, however, let me give you a little closer view here. Turn this light out, see if that helps. Nope, that don't help. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's get you in frame, huh? Right. A little bit more, huh? There we go. This is your depth adjustment that brings your drill bit into the wheel. This is the lock for the cylinder, and you'll see that once I do this, see the cylinder pad pop down. And then once you get in to your final depth, locking this locks the barrel. Now the next time you come in after you rotate the bit, you stop on the barrel. Very unique machine. If you ever get a chance to get your hands on one, I highly recommend it. Let's move on to some other items in my shop. I'll give you an overview of what my small metal shop looks like. I'll bring you back in a bit. Okay, what you're looking at here is a knockoff of a Bridgeport. It is a sharp, variable speed milling machine, and on the top of it I built, whoa, that thing really goes nuts, don't it? I built a drawbar assist. I think this one came from Tom's Techniques. I'll give you a better view of that in a bit. Okay, so let's go back out a little ways here, and there's a 12 by 30, I believe it is, gearhead lathe that I got from Bolton Industries, or Bolton Hardware actually, I think it's called. Been very pleased with that lathe. Does have some drawbacks. Okay, the tool post, indexable tool post holder has to slide over an existing shaft, and I haven't quite figured out how to replace that shaft. It gives me some problems in getting low enough with the actual tool bit holder once to bottom out on the compound. At any rate, overall I really like it. And then I was fortunate enough to come across a Logan 2557V. And I'm going to bring you in for a better look at that because I really like this machine. I picked this up off of Craigslist also. Be back in a minute. Okay, this is the Logan 2557V. It is just a pleasure to run. Let me move some stuff out of the way. As you can see, I work in somewhat of a chaotic shop. I tend not to put things away right away as I'm working. At any rate, down here on the right is the on-off switch and reversing switch. In the center is the variable speed adjuster, and on the far left is an indicator that gives you a guesstimate of how fast you're running. What I did do is I purchased a tachometer, okay, that works quite well. It was a little bit of a challenge getting the pickup to work. I have to remake the bracket because it doesn't take into account different size chucks, but I do need to work on a better adjustable bracket in the back. And the on-off switch, emergency switch, is also something I added. I run it off of a three-phase converter, okay, 220 to three-phase converter. And this particular machine has, let me move the camera a little bit. Let's see, there we go. That's a telescoping taper attachment that wasn't all there when I first picked the machine up, but I called the people back that I bought it from, showed them a picture of what was missing. They looked around the shop, and lo and behold, they found most of the parts. Now I did have to buy some additional parts for it, but they were minor parts, okay. The taper, the dovetail adjusting plate was missing, okay. And at any rate, I find that to be just a beautiful machine. I love threading on that machine. So much simpler than on that Bolton lathe. Since that Bolton lathe is Chinese, this lathe here is American made, circa 1957 by the serial number. I've had to replace a couple of gears in the quick change gearbox. But basically they were the most often used, you know, the lowest speed gear and whatnot. Someone had had it apart before, and in selecting the thread on the right hand handle, I wasn't able to go all the way to the last notch. Turns out that whoever had it before assembled a shaft in there backwards, and the pin that causes those handles to stop in a particular location was on the wrong side of center. So at any rate, that's basically the shop. Here's a little bit better picture of the milling machine. Let's zoom out here. Okay. And as you can see, I have, let's see if we can't zoom in on that. Oh, there we go. That's the one that, the drawbar attachment there, that's the one that Tom's Techniques shows. Okay. I've added a few things to this. I've put on the Z-axis, the knee, you know, what do they call that? The electric adjuster, I guess. Anyway, and I added the handle that wasn't there. I broke the original 2-axis DRO that came with this machine and ended up having to buy another one. So what I bought was a 3-axis one, and so far I'm really liking that. Okay. Over here is some of my stock that I keep on hand. There's some toolboxes that I got from Harbor Freight. What else is around here? That's a little better view of the Bolton lathe. As you can see, it's a CQ9332A bench lathe. The only drawback to that lathe that I've found so far, other than the tool post shaft being a fixed shaft, is the fact that when you want to thread on that machine, changing those gears is a pain in the tush. So that's why I was so happy to get the Logan. Alright, let me take this video and see how it's turning out, since this is the first one. I hope you've enjoyed what little bit I've showed you, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.